so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. I don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rain, snow, sleet. Every day I work my thumb. I don't get to take off. A hater get up. I'm ready like lift off. I've never been nowhere, but I'm ready to stay gone. Nothing ever lasts long. I'm always beating the odds.
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Minnesota Vikings. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Throwing on first down. Fields. He'll buy some time right. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And that'll make it 3rd down.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun. Fields. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking to throw. Fields escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Danielle Hunter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Back to throw. Fields. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Fields. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
That was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On second down, it's Hubbard, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here we go, here we go.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Looking to throw on second down. Fields. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Save. Check 52. X3. 218. Chopper.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
On second down, Cook. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On third down, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue able to record his 5th sack of the season. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well.
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Who that?
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They go jet sweep here with Chark. 5 yards gets them back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
On 3rd down, Fields. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 46 yards. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
That 2nd down play nets a -4.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw. Fields being chased out left. He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Cousins on 3rd and 2. Open man here is Conklin. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Focus, defense, focus. Check 31, check 31.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Cousins throw complete to Thielen, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Check, 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 check. Yo. 44's the mic, 44's mic. Check, check. Rapid.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And he finds Cook. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 40.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Cousins now to throw on first down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Check pass, check pass.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Caught by Cobb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well to get a few stops.
Matchbox lights.
On first down, Cook, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we're good. 59's mark, 59's mark.
To throw is Cousins. Incomplete. Amir Abdullah, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one. and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On first down, Fields. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Under 10, under 10, 10.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss.
Check hot route. Hot, hot.
Back to throw. Fields. It's complete to Chris Conley. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Fields. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch it.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Mike 50. Stay with your man.
On 3rd down, Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take a
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Cousins now. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Cousins. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Cousins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Cousins again. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Again, it's Cousins. And this is Cook with the ground. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. Cousins now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hubbard, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Second and 9 now. That one complete. He finds Shark. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line. Fournette on the counter. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Switch.
On second down now, it's Hubbard. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Kill. He's coming. Hey, switch gears.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw on third down, Fields. And able to find Conley. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. Now Leonard Fournette, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The kick by Lambeau is good, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 22, and they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Second and 11 at the 21-yard line.
Ready? 50. Hey, hold on. 54. There's a party now.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Jags, a win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.